When a scientist states that something is possible, he almost certainly is right. When he states that something is impossible, he very probably is wrong. The only way of discovering the limits of the possible is to venture a little way past them into the impossible. I think there's like a 1 or 2% chance of this working, so it's not like I'm counting on it, but I have a less than 1% chance of living, honestly, so put that next to 1 or 2%, and it's definitely worth it. This is a castle. Right across. It's the other side.
Where? Over here?
No. The other side. Right there.
This takes so long.
We've been dating for about 4.5 years. We met my second semester of my freshman year.
What was first semester?
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. And I liked her the first time
Like,
I met her.
The first day of meeting me.
But
And I was like,
she didn't like me for very... She took a few months before she liked me.
You can go over there a little bit.
Which way?
That way.
Left?
Right.
Okay.
My situation, with a month and a half left of college, I developed GBM. GBM is glioblastoma multiforme brain cancer. I probably am not going to live another 6 months.
You want to try to do a lap?
A whole lap? No. We try to like take a walk, like a short walk once a day, through the mall, through the park, through Goodwill, or something like that. But yeah, that's what.
It was just funny that you said that.
They got some good deals there.
I'm dropping her off right here at this side building.
Right now I don't have any pain, but both my eyes, there's kind of a blind spot.
So on the lateral, yeah. And that can happen with the tumor infiltrating the area of the brain that processes those signals. Your visual field can have a dark spot. Is that a new development?
No, I just didn't mention it last time. It's not really a new development, and I haven't been reading much anymore. But yeah, when I read books, especially, I have to kind of scan.
Now, did we have you? I had not scheduled an MRI the last time we got together.
No.
Okay.
So a week from Thursday, we would need another MRI.
So I would cancel that one. Every couple of months is more than adequate in this setting. Okay. Let's get the ball rolling.
Oh, you're a pro. You got the fist pump action and everything. This is not your first rodeo. You know, the chemo accumulates in your system and it builds up. So sometimes the side effects can be a little bit more intense over time.
First few days where I was really tired. But
Really tired.
yeah.
We hear that quite often. That's not surprising at all.
She was really into cognitive science and psychology and linguistics and neuroscience. And so as she read things, she shared them with me, and I always thought it was pretty compelling evidence that, you know, it's worth trying to preserve your brain. I just think it's worth trying to preserve Kim.
People often mischaracterize us as freezing bodies. That's actually what we're trying to prevent, is freezing damage from occurring. Here we have a mannequin in an ice bath. Manny, call him Manny. The very first thing we want to do is restore circulation, restore oxygenation, administer medications, and cool the body. This device does CPR for us. perfect compression, perfect depth, doesn't get tired. So here is a pod. You can have one which is for an entire body, or you can have this one here, which this is where the brain is essentially stored.
Nobody wants to have to do it, and I don't think it's ideal in that the brain is necessarily being completely preserved, but it's definitely being preserved more than if you were cremated, in which case it's destroyed, or if you slowly rot in the ground.
When I get bad, I'll move to Scottsdale and I'll refuse water and food, and then hopefully as fast as they can, freeze me up. This is called downloading your mind to your personal computer. More challenging but ultimately feasible scenario will be to scan someone's brain. Its entire organization could be recreated on a neural computer of sufficient capacity, including the contents of its memory.
She said to me, "Dad, you're not going to believe," and this is typical Kim, "you're not going to believe what I want to do." And then I said, "What?" And she goes, "It's kind of," I thought, this is a scam. I mean, you know, there's tons of scams going around, and there's somebody trying to get, you know, someone's money, and they, you know, and putting someone, freezing their head and saying, "Hey, give me $85,000, we'll freeze your head, and you know, maybe in 100 years we're gonna bring you back." And she said, "Well, don't worry, Dad. Let me see what I can do fundraise." And I said, let's see what happens."
Hey guys, Pizza Rules 1000 here, also known as Kim. It's not that I'm scared of dying, but I don't want to die knowing that I could have done something more.
She said after the first 3 days, she said, "Dad, I raised $17,000 today." I'm like, "What?" It added up to, I think, like 50-something thousand in 2 weeks. I mean, it's amazing, you know.
Her story is as sad as it is unusual, but we learn she's not alone.
The women of Beta Omega Beta spent the last week selling frozen bananas on the quad to raise money for Bob alumni member Kim Swozy.
A man known as the Experience Genie came to St. Louis today to surprise a terminally ill cancer patient with a day of delights.
I can't believe it. It's a huge shock.
I can't say it enough how thankful I am for everybody who's given to me.
Can you hear me? Okay, all right.
Was only half a semester away from graduating, so they let me graduate anyway. So if you get cancer, that's a way to, if you want to get out of school, get straight A's.
I was invited to speak at the Alcor conference, and so I exchanged words with her, and I met her, and I saw her talk, which was very touching.
I can't say enough. Thanks, and thank you all.
It is true that we are closer to the technologies that science fiction writers would need to have mind uploading happen. But there's a lot of steps. If that cryopreservation process destroys some critical aspect of brain structure, let me give you an example. Suppose you had a book, and I erased every fifth character in that book. You might be able to still read that book. What if you erased 30% of the letters, or 40% of the letters? Suppose we didn't even know the language. That's the way the brain's like. And so the question is, how good does the approximation have to be in order to be you when we try to upload you? A gambler might choose to invest in cryonics even though the odds of success seem very slim. It's possibly a rational approach. That's all I could say.
Hey, this is Kimberly Faye Swozy on November 1st, 2012. I want Joshua Lee Schisler to be my power of attorney if I am unable to make decisions for myself. I want to make sure that I can refuse food and water if I start to become mentally incapable. Josh knows me best, and he is like-minded like me and understands cryopreservation, so I'm putting him in control.
Can I ask you a couple questions? Can you spell the word world?
WORLD.
Can you do it backwards?
No.
No. Okay. What kind of work did you do before all this was going on?
Neurolinguistics.
Neurolinguistics?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Interesting. I don't know much about it. I just do neuroscience. So, okay. Can you tell me what state this is? No, okay. Can you tell me what year it is?
12, 13.
So you don't know what state we're in? Can you try? You really have no clue? Or where we're at? So why would we go to Scottsdale, Kim? Is there any reason to go?
Yeah.
Do you just want to not go? Just stay in Colorado Springs?
No. I want to go.
For why?
See, Krauser. When a scientist states that something is possible, he almost certainly is right. The only way of discovering the limits of the possible is to venture a little way past them into the impossible. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic.